Let's
man?
get it. Woo!
What's up, my brother? I love the energy. I appreciate you. Salute to everybody tapping in. I see y'all.
Man, you know what it is. It's all love on our side. Yo, episode 134, the Character Culture Show is brought to you by our show sponsor, Diggable Tees. Fuck with them, the illest hip hop t-shirts on the planet. That's our peoples. Yo, I got mad names for you, man. Let's. Yo, I came up with a bunch. Let me tell me if you. I got Elegant Assassin. I call you the missile launcher. Also call you the M80 because you're a firecracker. So I'm like, that's the M80 right there.
That's dope right there. Yeah, the M80. I like that.
80, all right.
That's
M80.
new. That's new. I like them all, yo, but the M80, that stood out. It's different.
Buck 50, because that's what you be giving them.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I'm hyped if you can't tell. Yo, Nejma Nefertiti, please. Thank you very much for joining us. We're so excited to have you. Appreciate you for stopping by for a little bit, man.
Yo, I appreciate you, brother, for real. You know, we've been trying to align, and I believe in divine timing, so this is the right time. And yeah, really appreciate you inviting me to your platform. And you know what I mean, I hope our platforms mix and get to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Peace to everybody in the building. I see y'all.
Yeah, salute to everybody joining in. If you have questions for Nejma, please use the questions feature below, and we can pull them up. That way everybody can see them. Also, we're not going live with anybody else, so please don't. If I turn it off, it'll probably block you. So, please don't. You don't need to send those requests. Yo, yeah, I'm excited, man, because like you just kind of popped up on the radar for me. Like all of a sudden it was just like, okay, like I heard that it was a Tung Fu. I think it was a Tung Fu joint that the Bad Habit Project. I think it is, right?
That's a black mask at the task.
Yeah.
Ratchet. Grab the hatchet, hold it above my head, and have at it. Y'all have plastic, wake the fuck up, you like crack addicts. It's that tragic. Move back, I bet above average. Look, you inspired me too. I wore the Tung Fu joint, the tee. You know what I mean? I loved that promo, man. That was dope.
See, so I was when I first heard you, and I'm like, hello, who is this? Like, well, like, because and then I saw you with Napoleon. I'm like, wait, what's good here? And I just had him on the show recently and stuff. Big up to him, Napoleon the Legend.
Word up.
And so yeah, you just popped up. So I don't know a lot. So I got some basic questions. You know what I'm saying? I just genuinely want to know, like, cause you're like a mystery to me. And I'm like, damn, I know you hear these hot bars. So first and foremost, where are you from? I see all sorts of countries and areas all over online when I looked it up. But like, where are you hailing from?
Yeah, well, I mean, I grew up in Brooklyn. I was born in Cali. I came to New York when I was around 2, and I kept coming back and forth from New York and Jersey. Went to school in both places. New York, Brooklyn has always been home to me, though. You know what I'm saying? It was Bed-Stuy before. It's Clinton Hill now. Really different than back in the day, but I still love it, and it's still home to me. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about me is that I've traveled, like not so much overseas. It's been building in that area, but I lived in a lot of places in the United States, you know what I'm saying? Vegas, Florida, Washington, Oregon, Jersey, New York, Arizona, like different spots, you know what I'm saying? Just traveling with fam and stuff like that. So, it's built an interesting, like character, I think, and it showed me a lot. And as far as my background, my mother, may she rise in power, was indigenous, a little Mediterranean in there, and my father is Iranian and North African by way of Egypt and Palestine. From the land to the sea, baby, free Palestine. You already know.
Well, all right. So thank you for clearing that up, and that's real talk right there. And then the other thing I want to ask you is, so as far as that goes, because you made a good point as far as traveling and moving around, and for me, it was a product of being divorced. My parents were divorced, been just visiting family and stuff. But like, talk about that, man, because for me, I feel like it's allowed me to blend in anywhere and adapt to any situation. And I feel like I can move in different spots that other people might not be able to move in because I've just, so how has that helped? Has that gone into your music at all? I feel like you probably got those experiences kind of, morphed into your sound a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, it really has helped me be able to just walk in any room, be in any place, go to any town, even a small town. Like I've lived in little small
Right.
towns. Like it's not weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I can go anywhere, you know? So that's a really cool thing. And then you get to understand people more. You get to understand food and places and just different things. And I feel like all of that stuff, like, you know, has, you know, sooner at one point of or another gotten into my work. So it's like, you know, the traveling, like, I mean, for me, like it's like I grew up in poverty. My mother struggled with addiction, you know what I'm saying? So I was always like either in foster care or like, you know, living with some families that was taking me and my friends. For many years, like I had a Puerto Rican family, you know what I'm saying, take me in, a Dominican family, a Yemeni family. So it's like I learned their dances, I learned their cuisine, you know, there was some similarities there too. You know, and yeah, that really built me up, like, you know what I'm saying? And so people think like I'm all kinds of stuff all the time, you know, and it's like I kind of have a lot of things in me like that because of that, you know. And you know, it's like, yeah, people showed me a lot of love growing up, man, and there were a lot of hard times too, which is why I'm so grateful to be where I am now, you know what I'm saying? To be able to create my own music, have my own apartment, you know what I mean? Just be in this place in life where I have like autonomy over myself, where I'm at, you know, to a certain extent, obviously, you know. So, you know, yeah, it's I think it's special to grow up like that, you know what I'm saying? Even through all the struggles and everything,
Yeah.
like I don't have regrets.
Man, that's so dope. It's just I've never that was my life, and I've never heard anyone else speak that. So that's
I
why
feel
it's
that,
like
yo. I feel that in you. Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
let me get the puffs plus,
I
you know
feel
what I mean? And it's
you.
like, yeah, so that's real shit, man. Because I'm like, whoa, that you just described my whole life, like as far as
So I'm
a lot
learning
of different
about
stuff,
you too.
moving and moving around, and I'm like, whoa, okay, this is crazy. So, damn. All right, so I need to know the source of the bars, man, because they're razor sharp, and I never say FemC, female MC. I don't give a fuck because this isn't football, so I'm not expecting you to go out and run 200 yards. You're coming with this and you're coming with this. So playing field's equal as far as I'm concerned. So I like since I've heard you, man, I can't. I'm like, yo, I get. I don't. I'm not speechless much, but your music makes me go, whoa, what the hell is this? So what's the source of like that
Yeah, you
razor
know,
sharp?
when I seen you and Napoleon's interview, you were saying that, and it was so dope, just the energy when I came on and how you were explaining how you found me and stuff. But you know, I would say number one, Roxanne Shante and Rakim really inspired me like way in the beginning, even though it was a bit before my time.
Right.
My mother played hip hop, yo. Like she loved all kind of music, you know what I'm saying? And she loved hip hop. And so she was rocking hip hop. Hip hop was all around me too, you know what I'm saying? I grew up like in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? So it's like hip hop was already going on, you know, it was everywhere in the streets. People were still breakdancing, you know, the fashion was lit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, people were beatboxing. It's like you were having ciphers in the streets. You know,
Yeah.
people were like throwing big parties in banks that were thrown, you know, what do you call it, closed down and stuff. So it was like it was all around. And like, you know, I think it started too in school because, you know, I mean, we was banging on lunch tables and all that. You know what I'm saying? We was
Yeah, yeah,
definitely
yeah.
doing that. But I think what really popped it off for me to start, you know, rapping and writing my own rhymes and stuff, is like me and my friends, we would just be rapping other people's stuff, like Big, Foxy Brown, all these people, you know what I'm saying? And like they were like, yo, like you got a flow, like you should do your thing. And I was like, you know, I was just having fun. And you know, before that, you know, rewinding a bit, my mother was a poet too, right? And when she would go to jail and prison and rehab and all that, she would write to me, she would send me poems. So I would try to write back to her, like call and response type thing. And I would want to make her proud of what I wrote. You know what I'm saying? So that really popped it off. I was always a writer and a reader. She would bring me a lot of books to read and stuff that people would throw out, you know what I'm saying, encyclopedias and National Geographic and the Donald Goines series. That was a big influence on me, if you know about that. But you know, I think like, and just living with all those other families, that music really like got into my flow too. You know what I'm saying? Like just music from all over the world, you know, North Africa, South America, you know, just all over the world. And I think it really shaped my flow, man. Like, and I seen and heard my flow change and evolve over time. Like, if I listen to my stuff from like 2010, I'm like, wow, like I see how much more I control my voice now. I see the different tones that I can use, whereas before it was kind of one tone. It was really fast. It was had a lot of anger in it, you know what I mean? Which is cool, you know, and but it's like you get to see how the flow evolves, and I just kept doing it, and it kept elevating and elevating, and you know, and here I am.
Was there like an aha moment for you with all of this, where you're like, damn, I really want to do this, you know what I mean? Because there's a lot of people that are good, but then they, you know, it takes work, and especially now it's a different time. So like, was there a moment where for you were like, man, I really want to put some effort and energy into like doing it?
Yeah, thinking about that, it's like, yeah, that aha moment, right? Where it's like, I'm gonna put my all into this. That was probably going on like 8 to 10 years ago. It's like, I had so many different jobs in life, like bartender, server, you know, kitchen, all kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, there's a part of my story in there that'll probably come up that really revolutionized my mind. And I think I wanted to take my flow to another level, but I couldn't really do that because I was still struggling so much. And it was like, I was thinking too much about how to survive in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that after my mother passed, really is when I really kind of like, you know, I took it like, okay, this is my career. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be my full-time thing. You know what I'm saying? And that was actually about 6 years ago now, to be honest. So I think I really, really got serious then. And my mother died, and I just went into my work, you know what I'm saying? And it kind of like, I started, you know, producing projects. And once I got stable, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because New York living is like, it's crazy, you know what I'm saying? But like, once I got stable, like, that's when I really had the opportunity to create freely, to release projects, to think about what I'm doing, have places to store my vinyl, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I think that really propelled me, because my mother was my #1 fan, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? She would be like, yo, baby girl, rap that to me. I want to hear every lyric. And like, just, she was a big fan of mine, yo. She loved what I did.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She was with it. My siblings too, man. They be rocking with me, yo. They be watching me. And that's why I'm like, you know what? I need to really go all out, because my fam is watching me, and I have a small family, and it's like, we've been through a lot. And I'm like, I want to show them that I'm putting my energy, my all into this, and really inspire them to do that with what they love. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, because like, that's kind of what I feel about with the CTC shit. That's wild, yo.
Yo, we got a lot in common, brother.
Talk though, man. Like that's real shit, man. I like, you know, man, you hit me like you pulling on the heartstrings right now, man. So content wise, I mean, like, it's like, you could take the body parts and do that whole business or whatever, but you choose not to. I mean, I've heard you say like revolutionary music. So like, what's behind the content? Because you spit some powerful bars, man, and it's not just what, you know, the flow and everything. It's what you're saying and what you're talking about and stuff like that. So where's that coming from? Because that's really, you know, the critical piece here, like what you're about. Like, there's a lot of people that can spit. You know what I mean? Like, you're not on because you're not on here because you can spit. You're on here because you can spit, but you're spitting some, like, you know, other stuff. So where's that coming from?
Yes. So I think that it's almost impossible not to tell this part of my story. Not that I don't want to, but it's always like, you know, it's always bittersweet, but it is a part of my life, and I don't regret it. And like, you know, I did 5 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? A dude tried to assault me, you know what I'm saying? And I protected myself. I didn't hurt him or nothing. I like threw a knife up to his throat. It was after 9/11, and it didn't, you know, it's like they threw the book at me. They kind of like knew Jim Crow'd me. Plus my mother was always in and out of prison, so they knew who I was, and they really used everything against me. My father, you know, he was deported, so they brought all that up in court. It's like a really long story, but during that time, like that was a different kind of schooling for me. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Yeah.
was young, I was 19, you know, so I was 19, I came out when I was 24. And then I also did 5 years of parole after that. And I was in maximum security because the way that they played it, they made me look like I was coming after someone. You know what I'm saying? So people kind of feel like, oh damn, Naj. And I'm like, you know what? Don't even trip because I'm good. And every day I'm free, I beat the statistics too, because they say I'm supposed to be going back there and all that. I also, you know, work with young people. Like that's how I met Napoleon. And I'm able to give them, you know, that piece of me too, which really helps us relate. And, you know, when I was in there, they were passing around Assata's biography, right? And, you know, my mother, because she was in and out of prison, she always talked about Assata Shakur. So I knew her story. You know, they don't even talk about her in colleges. Like they'll mention Audre Lorde and all these other people, but it's like Assata's too radical. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, she's still wanted. You know what I mean? She's still in Cuba, you know, just seeking refuge. And, you know, it's like they still have, you know, money on her head out here. You know what I'm saying? And so anyway, you know, her book was being passed around. And this was actually in New Jersey, the only prison for women in New Jersey. So people came from all over to go there. And that's where Assata was liberated from. So it's like we weren't allowed to have her book, but you know, they get things in the inside or whatever. And it ended up being passed to me. And I read the book in one day, yo, one day and one night. It was just like, wow. It just totally like, that's what I was talking about when my mind was revolutionized. I was like, yo, you know, talking about how like slavery is over unless you're a prisoner. And I don't think slavery is over, you know what I'm saying, anyway, but like, you know, it definitely isn't in prison because you get slave wages, you know, there's just all kind of stuff that happens in there that, you know, you're treated like a slave, you know, modern day slave, you know, modern day slavery. And so like, you know, I spoke to a lot of lifers in there. It's like they drop so many gems, these women, you know what I'm saying? I met the most talented, amazing, beautiful people in there, met many people that didn't belong in there, many people that, you know, maybe were mentally ill or been through things or like did something to protect their family and now they locked up, or just crazy stories, yo. And I mean, there were people that did some crazy stuff too, but you know what I'm saying? So I really connected to people. I read that book. It made me think about what I want to do with my talent. You know what I'm saying? Like I could say more, you know? And just being in there made me want to say more because being in there was like seeing everything that's wrong with the world in one place all together. You know what I'm saying? It's like the streets is rough. That's like everything's right there. Like there's nowhere to go. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like unless you go to solitary. And I went to solitary a lot because I would be rapping in the yard and all of a sudden women would come around gathering. And women never do that because they don't stick together in prison. It's a lot of bullshit. But like for that, they would gather around. It's like it would unite people. And then all of a sudden I'm accused of like inciting a riot, or they called me the riot inciter. It's like, yo, I went to the hole a lot for that shit. And you know, I didn't mind too, because I'm like, you know what? Just leave me be. Just leave me be. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be in population. But you know, it's a big part of my life, yo, and it's impossible to not talk about that in my story. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it took a long time to heal from that, and it took years later for me to see that I was scarred. That's what I really, you know, learned. I thought I was good, and I came out to the world trying to survive and go back into society and figure out how to live and eat and, you know, clothe myself and all that kind of stuff and see my family. And it's like I couldn't really think about any of that until years later it hit me when I got my first, you know, apartment back in Brooklyn. And like, you know, I went through some things, but I took my time to do that. And it's like now I try to just, you know, I try to do something with that knowledge I have, because it's like I was always like, what am I going to do with this? Like I went through this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big part of my story, and it's a big part of why I talk about the things I do. Because, you know, I'll get street on people. I'll spit bars and, you know, and you know, murder cats on beats and stuff like that. But like, you know, I like to talk about real stuff, and that's why, you know what I'm saying? It's because of what my mother went through, then because of what I went through because of that, and just everything in between and before and after that just really connected like full circle, you know what I'm saying?
Damn. first of all, thank you for sharing all of that and being real about that, because you could have left it out. So I appreciate you for sharing that, because yeah, it is a big part of who you are, and it has to be. So a couple things. So first of all, big up to you for protecting yourself as a woman and holding that shit down. So me and wifey have matching blades. I don't have mine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
That's so romantic.
We got like,
that's so romantic,
yo.
Congratulations.
So like big up to she's always ready to fucking poke somebody, like, because she's negative 5.0. So she ready to get in. So big up to you for doing that, because that's very, very, very important, and salute to you for holding it down. And then yeah, and also coming back from 5 years locked up. Not many people come back from that. I mean, they don't, like you said. And so, you know what I mean? If you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have known that like you were more thugged out than me. So, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's like, it's not a lot of people come back from that, man. And I just, salute you for that. Like, fuck the music. Like, just the fact that you're here, like, that you're here, you're alive, you're well, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's, to me, that's huge.
I appreciate that, yo. I really appreciate that. And because, like, I've met, political prisoners who have come home after 40 years, and they have this spirit. Like, it's like, wow. Like, and I think about the time, I'm like, how did you do all this time? And you just still, it's like, their spirit is incredible. Now, I don't know, of course, what they go through on their daily lives and stuff, but like, they're still there, striving, thriving, living, happy to be out with their family. So that really helps me too, because it's like, yo, man, like, I've met a lot of Black Panthers and political prisoners who have done so much time. And, it's like, unfortunately, some of them get released when they're very sick, and then they come home to die, which is sad, but at least they come home. But, that's been a big part of my world too. And how I met a lot of people, and also Napoleon crossed paths because we were involved in it together. A lot of movement work to free political prisoners, a lot of work with the young people who, were going to the youth houses and stuff like that. And it's like, damn, man, I take great example from that, like, and I've seen people not make it out even from where I was, like, and it's like, damn, yo, I did make it out, and it actually inspired me. It inspired me to study self-defense further, you know what I'm saying? Which I love to do kickboxing. I love Kung Fu, and I love Qigong, yo. And like, before the pandemic, I was studying to teach other women, and I had this whole plan and stuff, and it kind of got knocked out the box, but we'll see where it goes. But that's always a part of me now, because I just feel like a lot of women are persecuted, for defending themselves. And I just think like, damn, like, don't put your hands on someone. And that's a lot of the times what you'll hear in my bars, you'll hear because of that. You know what I'm saying?
You feel like women are persecuted for defending themselves?
I think so, a lot. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of women in there for many reasons, defending themselves and stuff, and they were locked up. And it's just like, what are you doing here? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, self-defense wasn't even recognized in New Jersey for like a long time. I don't know if it still is, because I'm not in the court systems, but it was never recognized, and so like, I've seen women, I see people see it as a crime, and it's like crazy. I'm not a turn the other cheek person. I'm not a start a fight person either. I have never started a fight. But like you mentioned your wifey, right? It's like, I'm a small statured person, you know what I'm saying? And I'm a woman, and I feel like people try to take advantage of that. And I tell them, hell fucking nah. Like, I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make you change your mind. Like, maybe you shouldn't do that to another one. You know what I'm saying? And they ask me like, yo, would you do that again? Would I defend myself again? Every time. You know what I'm saying? Every time.
Well, why the fuck would they even ask you that? I mean, nobody should ask you that. Of course you do it again. Like,
I mean, there's a lot of people that will say to me, like, and I see that they don't get it. They're like, oh, well, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm like, doing better? Like that was an unfortunate situation. Like, that's not like I committed a crime. You know what I'm saying? So it's weird, and people look at it weird, and people judge people judge people who have been to places like that, and you just gotta kind of roll with it, because it's like, well, you know what I'm saying, I can't please everyone. That's not gonna happen.
Oh,
You
no.
know.
And you stopped trying that a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's useless.
absolutely, yo, for real.
But yeah, I mean, that's crazy, man. I guess so. My wife's really petite, and it's like, and she's always getting people, weirdos talking to her. It's like, why you gotta talk to, she be ready ready to get
Oh,
them. So,
I know.
so
It's like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that happens all the time. So it's like, you never know where something like that can go. You know what I'm saying? So that's why whenever I'm in a situation, I always try to de-escalate it. You feel me? And like, it's not like, I'm not trying to fight nobody. Like, people could die. You don't know what could happen. You know what I'm saying? But if someone puts their hands on me, that's different. Like, I'm just like, my mother always taught me like to defend myself and stuff. So,
that's
what's
what.
up, y'all? Just want to take a moment to say peace. Everybody tuning in.
Yeah, salute to everybody in the joint.
Salute.
So, you probably got this question a few times, but to me, it's an important one. I mean, like, you're in a male-dominated industry or field, whatever. But also, at one point you said in an interview that you don't feel like you're really in the game. So I don't even know if you had to deal with this. But have you had to deal with any of the,
The
just
misogyny and
yeah, just being a lady?
yeah, man.
I'm sure.
Yo, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially like in my 20s, like I went through all the things, and you just have to learn, right? You have to learn about those things. And it's like, now there's no way, somebody could try it, but it's like, I know what's going on from a million miles away at this point. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Yeah, I learned so much from that, and so like nobody can play me like that, you know what I mean? And like I can tell by the language, by the tone, everything right away, you know what I'm saying? And how people are coming at me. And I gotta say, for the most part, it's with respect, and it's because I think people see the way I'm doing my thing or whatever. But you always gonna have them haters, them trolls, those cats talking nonsense. It's like today I had some comments, and I don't usually answer. I usually delete automatically. Like, I'm like, whatever, yo. But sometimes I'm like, I'm gonna answer this shit. You know what I mean? And so this dude was like talking shit because I posted a picture, because I make natural perfume. I'm into smell goods. I do other stuff besides,
Right.
hip hop, rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But being an entrepreneur is part of hip hop culture too. So I connect all of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fashion, everything. So it's like, I had this photo up with this woman. I was recently in Canada who bought my perfume. She's been a client of mine for a long time.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her. Didn't see her in a long time. Went to go visit her.
Yeah.
Let her smell the new stuff I had. So she picked one. We took a photo.
And
it's like,
somebody was
hitting? Photo looking all cute, and we smiling, and it's like all like, and the dude is like, yeah, is this the person who's gonna something that I spit in my bars, that's gonna like, kill me on the mic? He didn't say that. I forgot the bar. It was like
because you're smiling.
He said, who's gonna strangle my life or something. And I thought about what we're talking about right now, and it's like, well, I don't know. If you put your hands on me, I didn't say that, but I'm thinking like, well, if somebody tries to put their hands on me, I might. Like, don't let the womanness and the size and the stature fool you. Like, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I'm like, nowadays it's more metaphorical. Like, I'm talking about bars. I'm talking about, the way I'm spitting and all that. It's like, no, I'm not out here in the streets doing all that. But like, is it in me? It is. Don't don't come at me. You know what I mean? And like, I'm like, I gave him a more queenly answer, because I'm not gonna go back and forth with people like that. But sometimes I feel like people are really ignorant, and I feel like I gotta like say something and make them think. And he deleted his comments, man. He deleted his comments.
People are so quick to type and hit that send, man. Hit that, and don't really think. A lot of times, you know what I mean? I tell people all the time, sometimes people say shit, I'm like, yo, you're talking reckless as hell, like wild speculations and shit. I'm like, yo, I didn't say that. Like, people just boom.
Yeah. Behind that screen, and I'm just like, whatever, yo. And you really got to take that brush that off, because it's always gonna be like that. And I learned that too, because sometimes things can sting a bit and get to you, and it's like, you just got to brush it off. And it's a lot of energy, even though it's not in person. there's a lot of energy online too. Energy is energy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, for sure. But you know, as far as like being a woman in this and stuff, I don't even really, I mean, it's obvious I'm a woman. I love being a woman. Like I even in my bars, like I'll talk about things women struggle with, or like I'll flip it because, like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that come at us, and so I'll flip it, you know what I'm saying? And you know, talk about like kicking cats and they shit, and you know, just like, you know what I mean? Like it's like I'll talk my shit, you know, because it's like whatever, and it's like that's what that comes from. And I feel like at this point, you know, I see myself like, yo, you know what? I'm undeniable. I don't care if I'm a woman in this or not. I'm coming and I'm here, and like I belong here, and this is my culture, and nobody can do anything about it. And if one person doesn't let me in the door, somebody else will, or maybe I'm gonna kick it down, or whatever the case may be. But like, you know, with that consistency and everything else, there's nothing nobody could do about my path, because I created it. You know what I'm saying? There was no path for me. I made my own shit. So like nobody can kick me off. You know what I mean? It's like it's on, you know? And I feel like I'm just getting started, brother. Like I'm just getting started.
No, that's a good feeling. I mean, and that's the thing, man. You created your lane, man, and that's what I say to me, and that's why I mean, I always say I hate the femc shit, or best, yo, just a dope female MC. Who the fuck cares,
Right.
man?
We don't say male MC. We
Right?
never say
Why?
that.
It means
It's like, it sounds weird, right? Like, oh yeah, you know that brother, the male MC. I'm like, that sounds weird, right? Like, it's like, if you think about it like that, and you got to think about words too, because you know, I think about words like that, and I'm like, yeah, this is weird. And you know, just these phrases that we adopt over time, and how we just repeat them. And I think about stuff like that. Like, for example, like sky is the limit, right? Why would you make that the limit? We could go further. You know what I'm saying? We could go further. Why would you? That's a limitation in itself. And right. I'm not dissing nobody, because I love Biggie. I love anyone who was saying that. But it's like, I won't say that, because to me, words are magic, and I'm not going to limit myself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Sky is not the limit. We can go past the sky. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, don't limit yourself in what you're saying either, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I mean, and words do matter. I mean, one time I was like in 10th grade, I heard somebody speak, and he said, you know, he said, I don't use the term minorities. He's like, we're actually the majority. He said, you know, so I don't use that. He said, I say people of color, you know, whatever, bro. But he said, I don't say my minorities. You know, I've never used that shit ever.
Me neither, man.
Fuck out of here.
Look, you know what? I just got to shout out the Darkest Light podcast. What's up, my sister? Tapping in from Sri Lanka, baby. Yes, I love you. Right. I love you, man.
Yeah.
I see you.
So do you have any advice for a lady trying to get into this without shaking her ass?
So yeah, I know, because that's not everybody's plight, man. You know what I mean? You know, I would say take mentors on. You know what I mean? I would say look for mentors that really help. Like, I had a lot of mentors, like even now, you know what I'm saying? I got people that I could go to that will give me advice, or that really inspire me. You know what I'm saying? Women that are older than me, that have been doing things for a long time, and not just people in hip hop. It could be anyone, you know what I'm saying? It could be a writer, a painter, a person who's in business. Like, you know, I would say for young people, like taking a mentor is really powerful, because if I would have had that when I was younger, which I didn't, my life might have been much different. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, right. You know, y'all funny right. with these comments.
In that shit.
Yeah,
you see a lot of people that be on my page.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big up for going so, we put that right there. No more booty hole bars. Straight up.
Peace to London. Yo, so yeah, I would say that's one important thing, you know, and I would say practice. Practice is another thing at whatever you do. Like, it's like they say like 10,000 hours and all that, but it's like, it's 10,000 hours just to begin. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like you do the 10,000 hours, then you begin. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So to get to the start point, people don't get that. That's nice. You starting out like you're nicer than somebody that ain't doing it, but you're not nice. Perfect thing. Sorry, you got me hyped right there, man.
Yeah, nah, for real. You know, so I think those two things are really important. And then I would say to give you one more for that question, it would be to know yourself, right? Like, who are you? How do you step into who you are? How do you wear your crown? You know, what are you about? Like, what do you care about? Like, you got to think about all that stuff, because it's gonna come up in life. It's gonna come up in your art, in your business, and whatever you do. What's up, Dub? And you know, it's just like, you know, I think those three things, there's more, but I would say off the top, those are so important, like for young people, you know, because I think about the things that I didn't have or do. And that's what I tell young people I work with, yo, for real, you know, and that's why I became a mentor also, and why I have mentors, because I just think it's so powerful. It's empowering. It's a beautiful thing too. It's a beautiful exchange and connection. And we need that in this world, man. We need connection. We need to stay close to the people that love and support us. And we need to kind of, you know, exchange that energy, yo, because it's a harsh place.
You're spitting jewelry right now. It's like K Jewelers everywhere, yo. Like, I'm
Yo,
serious.
that's a bar,
like,
bars. Let me find out.
For real, man.
Like
Because
K Jewelers, yo. Let me find out.
no, seriously, the mentor thing is important, because, you know, we have to have our peers, right? So there's like, you know, the way it was explained to me, how, you know, we have our peers who we can kind of be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, fam? And then we have people above us who will tell it to us. And then we have people that are, you know, not below us, but like that are looking up to us for, like, you know, so it's kind of like each one teach. I mean, that's how it should be anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, but
still though, you're never too old or young to have someone like that in your life.
ever.
Never too old or young for that. And I think, like, you know, actually, I think connecting, kind of just doing the intergenerational connection too. Like I have elders, you know, and then I have younger people too that, like, you know, I learn from. Like, I'm always a student. It's like you can't be a master without teaching, I feel, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's how you become a master, is when you're teaching other people what you know. And then it's like you're becoming a student all over again. So it's like a continuous cycle. You're never I'll never be content with that. And I'm always going to be open to knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Because not, you know, things change. When you find something out, you're then accountable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I know something, I'm now accountable.
Yep.
You know?
Facts. Yes, because each one. K Jewelers, yeah, every gift begins with K. All right.
My eyes burning, brother. I hope y'all don't mind. I'm gonna throw these blockers on. My eyes I've been dealing with a headache.
I'm telling you, you good. You good.
Yeah,
now.
it helps me from the light. It's just, I've been dealing with a headache all day, and there was no way I was gonna postpone this, because we've been really trying to get together. And
I'm
you know,
sorry to hear that.
no,
Dang. Well, thank you.
it's all good. It's you know, it's chill, but I could feel it, like,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Wifey deals with the same shit, so I understand. I got it. Yo, so let's talk about some other stuff, man. I mean, like, cause I think it's cool that you know, I've seen you doing some stuff with April Walker. Got the Walker Wear hat on,
Yes,
the
yes.
sneakers, the perfume. So, like, what are your other ventures? I mean, because to me it seems like, I mean, this is just me as an observer. Like, I feel like you fuck with music, but I feel like I could see you saying, all right, I'm not going to do this music for maybe 10 years or 5 or 7 years, because I'm going to focus on this, because this is just this is where I'm called to right now. The music's there. I could just see you. I don't know. Like, I mean, was that correct or no?
Well, you know what? I do what I'm compelled to do, like, straight up. So if I'm compelled to do something, that's what I'm gonna do. And right now, it's definitely the music is on top. I don't know if that will change in the future. I mean, I make natural perfumery because I found it as a way to heal. It was one of my healing mechanisms. Also, again, my mother is so intertwined in my story, because, you know, she would take me to the block to get those nice oils from my Muslim brothers and sisters, and we would rock them. And, you know, she had this, like, glass mirror thing where she would have them all, and, like, yo, man, hey, a style called Quest. I appreciate you, brother, my fashion brother in the building. Yo, for real. Montreal in the building too. I see y'all. What's up, B? But you know, it's like, you know, I was into it then, and I actually when I came home from doing time, my sisters got me like an LLC, so that I wouldn't have to get like some kind of other job to please parole. You know what I mean? I was having a hard time because people don't want to hire you. So it's like, you know, I would get under the table jobs. It's like the Italians and Mexicans would hire me, you know, to work for them and stuff, and they would pay me under the table, but that wasn't significant enough. So that's how I began selling my own perfumes. And then fast forward, I started making my own. I studied for like 5 years from 2 main perfumers that I really, really loved after researching and sampling a lot of perfumer stuff. And I bought the raw materials from them because they do that too. So other people can make perfume. They teach people. I learned from them. I started making my stuff. And now it's like I just upgraded actually. And, you know, now I have like, you know, my site is up and stuff on Etsy. I use that for perfume. Yeah. And you know, the streetwear has always been there too, because it's like in hip hop, we always wanted to represent, you know. But like one thing about hip hop is it's so tied to like capitalism and representing these like brands and stuff that do like human trafficking and child labor and like, you know, again, because of the things that I've been through, I don't want to represent that. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, you know, because my brother be buying me Tim's, and it's like you can't get away from certain stuff. And I love it, right? But it's like, yo, you see me with the walker wear and all that because it's like, this is an independent woman doing her thing who was dressing rappers back in the day, and her story is crazy. Like, if you don't know her story,
trying to get her on,
oh
man. I need that.
my God.
To try to get.
She is a beautiful person. I just did a photo shoot with her and Photo Rob yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So look out for that. But like, you know, we connected. I seen her documentary, and I'll tell this story short because I know we're on timing, but like, I seen her documentary. I learned more about her story. I met her in person. This was like a few years back. And she, you know, was very open, and we exchanged Instagram or whatever. And, you know, I told her I'm a hip hop artist, this and that. And, you know, I was like, yo, I really love your story. I respect it. Like, it's like at first people didn't even know that a woman was the one creating the clothing. And that was strategic on her part, especially back then. So it's like, you know, for her to revamp like what she's doing and just have all this fly gear out, it's like, I thought to myself, how can I collab with this woman? And finally, when I was invited to France and Switzerland on tour, I reached out to her and I said, I was like, I'm going on tour. I was like, I would love if you would dress me for this tour, and I just let me know what I need to do. And she was like, let's do it. And this actually is a part of it. I had this hat from then. And like, man, like ever since then, we've been collabing. She's just like, she's an incredible person to work with. And she dressed me for that tour, and I took all the videos, the photos, the everything. And like, it's like, it just was a beautiful collaboration, yo. And like, it's ongoing, you know what I mean? It's ongoing. And I love to represent people like that. I love classic material. I love Inshallah clothing. These are all great people who love and support me as well. You know what I'm saying? Fortune over fame clothing recently. Since I was on the Saga Continues with Sway and RZA recently, I had a lot of people find me through there. My following grew. Champs Clothing, they recently sent me some stuff. And what I'll do is, you know, they'll ask me, can I send you some stuff? I'll look into what they're about, their message, what they're about. And I'm like, yo, this is fly. I'm like, word, I could do that. Like, I'll represent, you know what I'm saying? And I love that, yo. I love representing.
I gotta get you a hoodie. I'm getting you. Can I get you some gear, please?
Yo,
can I get you some gear?
Brother, please. Yeah. I would love to send you some gear too, some of mine, for real. Yeah, definitely. Let's do a dope exchange. I love that. The whole exchange thing is really dope for me too, man. I'm with it. You know what I mean?
Oh man, yeah. I got sticker packs, keychains, and stuff. Yo, word.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that. Let's get it. I got some stuff for you too, man. And you tell me wifey sizes. I'll hook you guys up with a little package. You know what I mean? We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, of course.
We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, of course. So no, big up April Walker, man, because like here's the thing, and like you mentioned energy, right? So like energy comes through this IG shit. Like you can, if somebody's a fuck nigga, you're gonna see that. If somebody's like I always say, it enhances who you really are. If you're cool, that shit's gonna come out. If you're a piece of shit, that shit's gonna come out. It will. April Walker's page, I don't know her.
Yeah.
Like, but she's shining. Like,
I'm telling you. And she is, and that is so genuine. Like like you get in her presence, and it's like you're uplifted automatically. That's it. Even to just see her, be in her presence, it's like she's just like a beautiful soul, yo. And that's the kind of people that I try to, you know, stay connected with. And I'm like, you know what? And I tell them, I'm here for you too. Let me know what I could do for you. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Dre.
Real quick,
yeah.
Big hip hop and salute to everybody joining, and I'm glad you guys are liking the conversation, which has gone by. It's 48 minutes into this, unfortunately.
I'm telling you. And you know what? To everybody just tuning in, I got my shades on because I got a little headache, but this is helping me enjoy the interview. You know what I mean?
Nah, you good. Like Special Ed did the interview and he didn't show his head. He
Yeah.
just so like it was the whole time. He said I'm out in the wilderness. So it was a great interview, but it was still kind of awkward. So you're okay with the
Yeah, and
shit.
I didn't get to see everyone's comments and everybody because it's like I see a little piece on my end, so it's like really fast. So if I missed you, look,
No,
salute. I
good.
see y'all, man.
Yeah, and the thing is too, the comment thing is an added feature. I try. It's a hard balance to kind of go back and forth. So, you
Yeah.
know, and most of the comments have been. I mean, all the comments have been like super dope, and then people are really excited about you sharing and stuff like that. So, the sneakers are dope. I saw them shits on you know as well, and it's cool. I was like, damn, she's really moving in lots of different other lanes and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
so,
definitely. Like I said, like the entrepreneurship thing, I'm really big on that. And I really want to bring that to the young people I work with too and teach them how to work for themselves and stuff. I think it's really important in this day and age, in whatever you want to do, if that's what you want to do. And I know that, like, as an artist and it's like we need all kinds of revenue coming in from different places. I can't just only do my music. That's just not going to be enough. You know what I'm saying? One thing that's been pretty cool is the vinyl. Like, I have a really dope vinyl community. I love vinyl. Oh shit! I actually did my first cassette. I didn't put this up yet, but the bar tape. It's my first cassette, yo, and I'm so happy about this. I'm so proud of it. I don't know if y'all can see it.
What? Yeah. So I mean, leading into that. So
I'm putting this out tonight. It's all ready to go. I was like, after the interview, I'm pressing publish. You know what I mean? This is my first cassette in Ode to Hip Hop 50, and just the fact that when I started, I was collecting tapes. This is what I was collecting. This is what my mother would buy me, and so I was like, yo, I need to do a tape. So it's called the Bar Tape. It's produced by Zanati. Peace Cage. Produced by Zanati, really dope, talented young brother, man, and we've done other work together too. And Napoleon the Legend is on it, and also both me and Napoleon did the artwork for it ourselves. So I'm excited, yo. I'm excited about this one.
Dope. That's the joint you sent me, right? I think.
I
Yeah.
sent you two of the skits because there's a lot of skits in it, like in between.
Yeah.
And I used two skits from you and Napoleon because I was like, yo, this is too fire. I gotta put this in here. So it's like there's no hooks, no choruses. It's not songs. It's straight bars, verses, and like skits in between. So it's like it's really interesting. It's really different, and it's for the hip hop heads for real.
Like you said, missile launcher, man. They can't fuck. I'll put you up against just about anybody, man. Like this is like you hold it down. So someone had asked me before they left. I mean, like just going back real quick, was there any MCs at all that really influenced your, like you said Roxanne, you started with, then we got into something else. You said Roxanne Shante, but like
And
really
Rakim for sure.
You're super sharp. Like it's razor sharp, man. So like who were you listening to basically? It was like, yo, like where was coming in for you?
I mean, like I said, like I was listening to all the hip hop in the 90s for sure, because that's when I was growing up then. So it's like, of course, like everyone else, I was listening to Big, J, Nas, Pac, I love Mos Def, I love Yasin Bey, I love even different people inspire me to be sharp. Like I say this and some people don't get it, but yo, Nina Simone, she's the greatest of all time of everything to me. You know what I'm saying? Nina Simone influenced me with her attitude. Like, I'm like, oh, this is the kind of attitude you need to have, yo. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, she really inspired me with that. And Roxanne's Revenge was actually before my time, but when I seen it, I was like, yo, who's this young girl? Like, what? Like, I'm like, yo, I'm like, hold on. Like, I'm like, yo, definitely like I love Foxy Brown. I loved her back then too. She was one of my favorites that really influenced me. Big L. There's so many people, DMX, Onyx, it's like I have a big list. So whenever I'm in an interview, whoever comes out, that's who you gonna get. Papoose, he's such a wordsmith. I love him, man. And he can freestyle too, like off the dome. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is a skill that not everybody has. And that's actually how I started. I started freestyling off the dome on the streets. I was battling dudes. I would not even I refused to battle sisters. Like, I'm like, no, I want to battle you. And like, I don't do that anymore. And, you know, even to this day, people try to get me to come at women. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm not interested. That's not where I'm at. And it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I have a lot of influences. You know, and like I said, a lot of music from all around the world too, just brings, you know, brought me that attitude.
And you were
know what I'm saying?
battling in because I forgot to ask you back when you said that there was so much. We're going to have you on again. We're going to have you on again.
Yeah, yeah.
But now, like you said you were spitting in the prison
Oh
yards.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like, you know, like there was people. I mean, that's like we sitting around in the yard. Somebody starts doing a little beat. I'm like, hold up, and then I'm coming over to them, and that's how I actually met my greatest friends in there, which was very few people. But those people I'm still in touch with, and we're still friends. And it's amazing to me because that's what united us. It's hip hop. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they would beatbox and I'd be like, yo, I ain't know you beatbox. Hold on. I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, I'm telling you, like people would gather and like the guards would go crazy. They wasn't with it. They was not with it.
Wow. Yo, that's so dope, man. That's so dope. And it was crazy because I mean I was not expecting that, you know, that to be a part of your story. And it's just so dope. And it's dope that you can reflect on it in a healthy way now, you know what I mean? Which I know wasn't always the easiest. I mean, like it took a while to get there. So I ain't gonna front like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it definitely took a minute, and it took time for me to appreciate the knowledge and the experience and the fact that like I am still standing. So it's like, what am I going to do with this? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I'm not saying we all have our days. We all have our days.
Of course.
You know, I'm human. I have my days, my down days, yo. And, you know, I tell my young people, I'm like, look, have your down day. It's okay. Tomorrow's another
Yeah.
day. Tomorrow's another day. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes you gotta, you know, sometimes you take that L that day, man. Like it is what
Yep.
it is. You know, like
Yeah, man. And I think, you know, the failures, it's like, that's another thing I would say to young people. It's like the failures are so important because that's what helps you win at the end, man. Like
yes.
I had so many failures in life that brought me to where I am now. I would not be as sharp as you're saying without those failures. Like, and just, you know, the mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I don't, you know, I think those are really important. Like, those failures, yo, like it's like, okay, you learn. It's like you learn from those lessons. It's really important to do that.
Yeah. Now the failures. I mean, like it's like I always like sports analogies. I mean, everyone cares about the fourth quarter comeback. Like it's the loser that comes up and wins. That's what everyone loves that story. It's not the dude that, you know, you could crush people, but like it's the team that wasn't supposed to win.
Right.
You
right.
weren't supposed to win, Nejma, after, you know what
No.
I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, my brother. I wasn't supposed to win before that because guess what? Everybody associated, you know, my mother's issues that she was going through and struggling with as a young girl, they associated me with her and they threw a lot of hate at me. And even then, people told me, you ain't going to be shit. Yeah, you're going to be dead. You're going to be in prison. And I did, too. I did go to prison, but I made it out. You know what I'm saying? But you see what I'm saying? Like, words are so important and the things that people tell you. And, you know, it's like, yeah, even before that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like this is like every day is victorious, you know what I mean? And like celebrating the smallest to the biggest wins is always so important to me because tomorrow's not promised, yo. And you know, we really gotta honor this life and honor the people in our lives, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Honor ourselves. You know what I'm saying? If you don't honor yourself, you're not gonna honor nothing.
Facts. So unfortunately, we got to get on out of here. We're going live with people save the hip hop culture right after this. DJ
Oh,
Rep.
up. I'm gonna stay tapped in for a minute. Shout out to them, and they show me mad love over there, yo. Big up for real.
Yeah. So, yo, real quick, what you got going on? We should know about, and let everybody know what's good with you, real quick.
Well, like I said, I got the bar tape. It'll be coming out tonight. Maude, what's up? Shout out to Venezuela, baby. That's my artist and formatter right there, yo. The bar tape coming out tonight. Got new videos coming out. Got like 3 albums in the works. We'll see when they're gonna come out. There's little things that's being worked on. Got a album with Dub Sonata and Double AB called Animal Bars coming out. That's being worked on. So there's a lot of things in play. Me and Napoleon the Legend always got stuff going on. So stay tuned for that. You know what I mean? And you know, I just want to honor you, my brother, and end it like this. Got many fighting styles, writing styles, you biting styles. My flow is longevity, brevity. I got stripes for mouths. Wing Chun Nefertiti dropped the biggest man. I'm quite reviled. Not so polite and wild. Come for me, I smite you, child. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there because we ain't got a lot of time.
Ooh, thank you. She gave me a little
A
nugget,
little
yo.
nug, a little nug,
Thank you
man, in the
so much.
beginning and at
Listen,
the end.
no, I appreciate
Me too,
you,
more
man.
for real.
And earlier too. So no, I appreciate you, man. So on that note, we'll link up. We'll do our thing and talk. Listen, for real, I can't express my gratitude enough for that. I mean,
I
for just
appreciate you, man. I'm gonna take off the glasses for that. So
like not,
I
share,
appreciate you.
keeping it 100 and just sharing your story and just I don't know. You didn't have to go where you went.
Hey, that's why
And
we here. That's why we here. If I don't do that, it's like I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
it's all good. There's no shame in my game, man. It's all good.
No, so then I appreciate that. I mean, like, and yeah, I resonated with so much, man. You don't understand. I'm like, damn, like this is like my childhood. Like this is my childhood.
That's crazy, yo. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me. I appreciate you all tapping in. You know, stay in touch with me. Follow my social media. You'll see what's coming out next and stuff like that. And yeah, much love, yo,
she's
for real.
crazy. We go quick. M80.
Yeah,
I like 80.
yeah,
You get
that's a new one. I like that.
M80.
That's fresh.
Yeah, you the fucking yo. Yes. Yo, so we go live in a minute.
Word up, yo. I'll be there.
Thank you. Episode 134, Nejma Nefertiti. Peace. Salute, everybody.
Salute.